right, and welcome into another Vegas Squares Snippet. In today's Snippet, we are going to be discussing something that came down my social media feed that I found very interesting. As many of you guys know, I obviously attended UCF, the co-national champions of last year's college football season. And the reason I say that, whether you believe it or not, or you think I'm full of shit, you can call it what it is. I understand Alabama has the trophy, but there is a ticket out there, a betting ticket that has UCF to win the national title at a very large odds. And the person, I don't know if it's a gentleman or a female, the person who has that ticket tried to get that ticket claimed and was denied. But according to the ticket, it says to win the national championship.
That is correct, yeah.
And that voice you hear is Token Tony. Token, this gentleman, this person, we'll just go with this person, who made this wager at a very large odds. I don't know the exact odds, but I've heard anywhere from 100 to 125 to 1 for UCF. Because mind you, the year before they were 6-7 and lost a bowl game to Arkansas State. This person made the bet with an offshore book. So we all know the legality in America of making a bet in an offshore book. So the first couple questions I have to get the ball rolling is this person crazy to try to cash this ticket? And if you don't think they're crazy, do they have a legitimate beef?
I don't think they're crazy, and I do think they have a legitimate case. I mean, in one poll, they are considered the national champions. And I mean, whether the book will eventually pay it out or whether this goes towards, I mean, I don't know what the legality is with overseas books and all that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, and, you know, I don't have a lot of information, so generally this snippet's going to be very vague. But I mean, what the hell? You know, we're a podcast. We'll just make fucking assumptions, or we'll make baseless accusations. But you know, I'm sure you have too, and I've made bets offshore plenty of times before I moved to Vegas. I've made bets with bookies. And obviously bookies is quite a different scenario, but you know, making a bet with an offshore account and then having a grievance with that account, basically, I'm sure basically whoever this sportsbook offshore probably, you know, kind of chuckled and said, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, realistically, if you hire representation here in America, is there something you can do? I mean, I'm guessing a book like this is in Cayman Islands, Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's my first thoughts,
you know, somewhere around those, you know, that Caribbean, you know, the set of islands down there. But, you know, you know, I know you probably, you know, your legal expertise is minimal, but do you think somebody can actually get representation and go down to that jurisdiction, or maybe they can bring it here? I don't know. So obviously it's not legal here where they made the bet. If they made the bet in Vegas, obviously they'd have a legitimate beef.
Yeah. I believe they would have to go down there and deal with their judicial system.
Good luck with the courts in Costa Rica or the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
I'm really curious because I feel like there should be some sort of liability for placing that wager availability on your site without accurately depicting or describing the terms of it.
Yeah.
And as you know, following college football, this isn't the first time a team has claimed a national title when they didn't win what was widely believed to be the national title game. And we've had situations in '97 where we had co-national champions who were, you know, in a majority of the different matrices of AP coaches, etc. You know, Michigan and Nebraska shared a title.
Yeah.
Auburn's claimed a title. Alabama, the national champions, who cannot get the fact that UCF fans love trolling them on Twitter, and we've been living rent-free in their heads on social media for, September now? 8 months. They've claimed national titles as well that they didn't actually win on the field. I mean, people have done that. I don't know if it's ever happened where somebody who had a ticket of a claimed national title tried to cash it in Vegas. It'd be kind of an interesting story if anybody knows someone who's either tried to do that or has had a ticket, and kind of laughed it off. I would have loved to have had a ticket for this, and I wish I did. I bet UCF this year to win what they call the now probably reworded college football's national championship game.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the renaming of everything, but I'm curious to know if you had a title, if you had this ticket that said national champions and you had UCF, what would you do?
If I bet it legally in Nevada, I mean, obviously I would try and go to the book and cash it.
And what if you bet it offshore?
Offshore. I would probably try and contact that offshore site and
'Cause from what I've heard and what I've read,
see what their terms and conditions are.
yeah, from what I've heard and I've read, the amount of money on the line that stands to win, makes it worth his or her time to do this.
Yeah,
I'm sure the amount risked probably doesn't. It may have thrown $100 on it.
yeah, 100 to maybe 500, 1,000 maybe.
Yeah, but from what I understand, based on evidence from the lawyer who's representing this person, it is worth their time to pursue this. They're trying to find the right angle to pursue this. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, obviously, to see how this goes down. Came across the wire a few days ago. But now let's look into kind of, because I immediately jumped on like William Hill and Westgate's apps and wanted to see, and I don't know if it was already saying that, but I know it's now currently saying to win college football's national championship game. Which
I believe the last year or two, I know for sure with William Hill, last year they had it where a national football championship game.
Okay. So that word game matters.
Yeah. Do you think they maybe honor it in terms of like golf, like, you know, the leader after round one, if you make a bet, like a dead heat bet?
What's that?
Like Tony, the other Tony was talking one time, if you make a wager for a golfer to lead after the first round and there's a tie, it's called a dead heat bet, and it's like your odds are split according to the wager made.
So, okay, so if, let's just hypothetically say I have Ricky Fowler to be the first-round leader at 4-1, mm-hmm. and he's tied with Dustin Johnson.
I believe it would be 2-1.
So you get half your bet, basically?
Yeah.
Because he's not the actual leader, he's the co-leader?
If it's like a three-way, then you get a third.
So maybe they'll give him a co-national champion dead heat bet. Or her. Him or her. I'm assuming it's a guy. So just for purposes of speeding this along, I'll just say it's a guy.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll give him a dead heat bet, or maybe they'll give him a settlement. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, I feel like if it was a Las Vegas casino, they might do the right thing. Or I wouldn't say the right thing, because that's a matter of perspective.
They would probably honor it.
They maybe honor it for good faith. They'll get some flack, but at least they'll say, hey, look, they paid out something for UCF having this magical run, and a guy actually
put a wager on
putting a wager on it. Because I have 100 on. See, the thing is William Hill does not have odds on UCF, which I find, first of all, mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So, but before the season, they had the field at 250 to 1.
Yeah.
So I put $100 on that. So let's go Knights.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be rooting for you guys again for sure. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'd be interesting to kind of keep track of that over the next few days or weeks to see if anything comes of this national championship ticket. So if we find out more, we'll obviously talk about it again on another snippet. So, we appreciate you listening to this one, and we will catch you on the next one.